All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to an early morning episode of Bob Plays Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts on Legendary Difficulty. I'm Bob the Orc, and this is episode 22 of my Casual USA campaign where we are waking up to freedom. Oh boy, yeah, it's like actually it's 8 in the morning. It's not that early, but I'm gonna try and play for a little bit before work. I've got maybe an hour or two. And things have been just super busy lately, so I haven't had as much time to stream. And I didn't want to. I've been feeling that itch. I haven't played video games in a couple days. Like, oh man. So I got up super early this morning, got a bunch of work done, and now I've got a little bit of time before I have to go to the office. So we're gonna eat some breakfast and hang out. And oh look, a wild JP has appeared. Hello, JP. How are you doing this morning? Oh, he's on. I see him on Discord.
He is here.
There he is. Hey, JP, good morning. How are you doing? It's really early
Over.
for you.
Not too bad. 6 of the AM here.
Yeah. Yeah, I got up about 5 so I could get a little bit of work done this morning and pay some bills and do all that adult stuff that you got to do. And I finished my morning responsibilities early. So while I'm making breakfast, I will try to do a little bit of sinking ships if I can even remember what I was doing. I guess we're invading France, so that seems like a good idea. Invading France is always worthwhile. Not
You can't go
sure.
wrong with that.
No, okay, we're invading what's left of France. I was like, pretty sure I already took out France, but um, and I know I have like a bajillion destroyers somewhere, but I don't know where they all are. But I'm not going to think too hard about it. I think I'm just going to. So I don't see any like low crew stuff. We're building a bunch of these Atkins cruisers, which are going to kick ass. So I think we're just going to just jump on in, try and do a couple of turns. Hopefully my transport capacity is okay. We're not going to worry too much about it. And then here in about an hour and a half or so, the phone will probably start ringing, and then I will have to do responsibility things again. So what have you been up to last few days? I haven't been around.
Yeah, I've been missing you. I spent the weekend down at my brother's house, and we did a little Pathfinder, watched the Super Bowl,
Right
and
on.
yeah, the whole time.
Ooh, do we want to threaten the Brits? Oh, so tempting. So tempting. But I'm already fighting Germany. There's an awful lot of Germany.
Yeah, well, okay.
But fuck them. Oh, they paid us. They paid us off. The Brits paid us off. Take that 1776, baby. We just took like $3 billion from you. Alright, that's fine. Ha 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 ha. As I laugh in revolution. Oh, there's a German destroyer that I'm too lazy to fight. I'll just auto-resolve it. I do not think this is a fight that I can win, however. 2 German battleships and a torpedo boat. No, we're going to bravely run away. Thank you. However, this battleship, this guy is screwed. We are going to get him. And before I do the fight, I'm going to check on my food real quick, so give me just one moment. some more time. Yep, I am having leftovers for breakfast, in case you're curious about my culinary skills. And, because I don't, but the leftovers accidentally froze because I had them too. I've got this little mini fridge in my home office, and where it's got a little freezer part at the top, and my leftovers were too close to the top, they ended up freezing. So I figured I'll just eat that for breakfast, and if it turns out to suck, I'm not super worried about it, because I'm going out to eat later, and I'll have real chicken fried steaks later, which will be awesome. Alright, so you guys, let's just sort of group everybody together, and Mr. Destroyer is going to run away. And you guys, would you please select O? Thank you. Let's turn off your torpedoes because I don't trust you. What are the range of these torpedoes? 5 kilometers, not bad. I still don't trust you. I'm not going to complain about destroyer captains, but I also understand how destroyer captains work. And yeah, so let's see, 22 and a half. Alright, so then these guys. Alright, so let's go. It's just a single German battleship, so I'm not super worried. Especially with my nice, sexy Second Amendment ships that have all the secondary guns. Alright, which way... What do you got, Mr. Battleship? You have... Oh, you have wing turrets. You've got, like, nothing but big guns and some torpedoes, which... 3-kilometer range. You don't have any small guns. Got this dual 7.7, which I guess is okay. This is just sort of a... kind of a fucktarded layout, but whatever. Alright, so... Destroyers, you guys are going to go off kind of that way. And battleships, you're just going to go straight towards them. Until I see which way he's actually turning. You going straight towards me too? You are slower than me, sir. I want to start angling like that. And then the destroyer's going to circle around behind him, make sure he can't get away. That is the plan. I'm like 17 kilometers away and I can see him because American cage masts. Oh, he's turning broadside. Alright, we're gonna... Don't be shooting at my destroyers. How am I hitting you from this distance? You've got a range of 15 kilometers. Alrighty then. Well. Daka daka daka, baby. I guess my rear guns can hit, which is good. Alright, we're at kind of optimal firing range. Let's go turn a little bit more broadside. And meanwhile, Mr. Destroyer Fleet, not a lot of chance to hit, but doesn't matter. Because we're just going to get behind him and make sure you don't get away. Did I lose my... 15.9, we're a little out of range. Alright, that's fine. Did you get hit? You got hit a little bit. Oh. Why are we going so slow? He's only going 11 knots. We're just going to keep on dinging him from behind. We're not doing a lot of damage to the destroyers, but we're irritating him. I mean, ooh. These guys should be getting some good hits with these 13.9s. %66 chance, 70% chance to hit. Oh yeah. There we go. We got something. Yeah, he's too busy with the battleships to worry about little old destroyers. So we're just going to keep on harassing him from a distance. Really didn't want to get quite this close, but we're already here, so we're just going to... Yeah, he's gonna just get munched. But his guns still hurt, especially at this range. All we can do is just fight through it. Got nearly 100% chance to hit. I mean, every shot's gonna land. There we go. Alright. Took a little more damage than I wanted to, but his battleship is now a submarine, a one-use submarine. How do we do on experience? Not great. Mainly the front ship's got the experience. Alright. Let me check out my food real quick. Give me a minute. Alright, I have food now. Fantastical. Yeah, so last night was really weird. I saw this little mouse just kind of wandering around, walked into my bedroom, like, where the hell did you come from? And I think Mitchell's groundhogs decided to get some buddies to go harass me. I think that's what's going on. 10,000 ton cruiser versus my... Yeah, I think so. Actually, what's probably happening is, you know, I've got Mike staying with me right now, and he's got cats. I'm sure the cats found a mouse in the living room, chased out of the living room to my bedroom or something. So, I guess we'll put out more traps. I could probably take what does this guy have? He has single 7-inch. Yeah, I think we're gonna try it. We're gonna try this. I don't know if it'll go well or not, but we will try it. Alright, here we go. Put all you guys together. Turn off the torpedoes. And I've got 5 kilometers on the torpedoes. If I can hit with them. But what was weird about the mouse was instead of like scurrying around the edges of the walls like they normally do, he's just walking around the middle of the floor, just do. But it was really small, so it might have been like a baby mouse or something. Armor is really good. 3-kilometer torpedoes, not that fast. And he's got some guns. So how many torpedo reloads do I have? I've got 2 torpedo reloads. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and cut in front of him.
Is that a Chinese ship?
And that's the
gun?
He's German.
This sounds Chinese, you know, some guns.
Oh, some guns, yeah. 5% to hit him. So I've got better chances to hit him than he does for me. So hopefully he just doesn't get a critical hit on me. And I can just sort of circle around and keep kind of poking him. I got 7-8% to hit. He's still sitting at 1%. So maybe I don't bother with the torpedoes. Maybe I just hang out here. Fuck. Oh, that guy got messed up. Turn off your torpedoes. You're gonna... veer off this way. I mean, maybe it'd be better just to rush him, but I feel like I've got better to hits, and I should just be able to set his ass on fire. But he's got an awful lot of armor, so he may be somewhat immune to my... I mean, at short range, I could punch his armor, I think. Oh, I'm outside of his secondaries. Yeah, so if I got in close, I could armor pierce through his armor, but... Have you follow these guys? Because I'm not going to be able to get... I'm going to have a hard time getting a good torpedo shot lined up. But maybe we just sort of slowly work him down. Just stay out of range of his secondary guns, which have a relatively short range. get quite that close. I don't know if this is working. I mean, I guess it's sort of working. Or I go diving on in. We'll go skirt in a little bit closer. How fast are my torpedoes? 31 knots. They're not that fast. I'm getting enough ahead of him that I could try for a torpedo run. Although, I don't think the torpedoes would catch him, because it'd be at max range and my torpedoes would be having to catch up to him. So I have to kind of get in front of him almost. Alright, popping the smoke, and here we go. Yeah, I think we're not gonna land it. I go to armor piercing. How does that change things? Yeah, torpedoes aren't even getting close. What range do I have to be in to get... I have to be within probably 2 kilometers, right? So he's got 6... He's got about 10 inches effective armor. 10, 11 inches of armor. And so I'm going to have to be, 3 kilometers probably, almost in his own torpedo range. Unless I can get a lucky engine hit or something. I'm getting a lot of ricochets. Now we'll just go back to auto. Oh, I got an engine. No, I didn't. So his main guns are out of ammo. Alright, let's see if we can... Yeah, I forgot to check to see if he probably fired torpedoes at me. I don't think any of them are going to hit. Oh, let's avoid torpedoes if we can. Alright, his torpedo is gone, and let's reform our group, please. Do I have any torpedoes left? I have some left. Alright, we're gonna keep circling on in. Hopefully we can keep beating him down. Only going 8 knots. He's low on fuel. Now he's in a lot of trouble. We got you now. There we go. Alright, so that worked. We only lost 5 dudes. That's better than I thought it would be. That's actually really good. That's not bad at all. Alright. Got Togoland. Serbia's starting some stuff, huh? Northern Turkey, what happened? Oh, I got Northern Turkey, okay.
Free Northern Turkey.
Alright, so what's going on with Serbia? You're just doing some stuff. Alright. Is anybody allied with Serbia? I don't think they are. No.
It must be Thanksgiving in America because you just got free turkey.
Alright, so what are we going to try and... I can try and nail Syria, but Egyptians are going to get that. Kind of want to get Hejaz. Just to get that off the board. France is... We're doing fine there. Germany's not doing anything there. Western Germany might be worth taking. How many... What do I have here? I've got 160,000 tons, and I've got 290. So maybe I grab Western Germany. I thought I grabbed Helgoland. Who's Sweden? It's Denmark. Alright, we're gonna get Western Germany. Fuck it. 400,000. Holy shit. 400,000 tons? Do I have enough? I got 290. I've got enough. I could do it. I'll have to pull everything into it. Belgium's not going to be able to take it easily. Alright. Is Belgium my ally? They are. Okay, so we're going to go for Western Germany. Fuck it. I mean, the smart move would be to go for Eastern Germany first and take all the rest of the stuff, but we're going for Western Germany. Alright, so all you guys are going to hang out down here. I probably should have grabbed all those little ones. Just dump all these guys in here. Since I have 295,000 tons in northern... Oh, it's 150... Alright, that's probably legit. Do I have anything in here? North Atlantica got a bunch of stuff. Alright, so you guys are going to go... Oh, those are 2 German battleships. I should probably take those out. Where are you guys going? You guys are going here to the conquest area. Alright. Alright, so we are going to... You're going to get there in 1 turn, huh? We're just going to go there and we'll take care of business. Hopefully I have enough. all this stuff in the Black Sea, I'm not super worried about that. I got plenty of stuff here. So these guys I can pull out of the Black Sea and start heading somewhere more useful. I'm going to put you guys here to counter the Serbians, because these assault ships are not... Actually, we're just going to put you right here. And then these guys are guarding Gibraltar. This looks all right. Our tech budget's already high as it can get. Alright, there we go. 8:30, got a little bit of time left, so let's do another turn. Brits are still not super happy with us, which is fine. Go sink those, boop. And boop the French. And run away from that. I'm gonna run away from that. And we'll boop you. There we go. Hey, we encountered the German battleships. Fantastic. Let's go sink these guys. That should be pretty good. Alright. Let's do this. Get our guys grouped together. And torpedo boat's going to go home and get pizza for everybody else. This guy's kind of beat up. We're going to have you follow. Turn off the torpedoes. Alright, let's... I do not have as many armor-piercing shots as I would like to have. These are we... So a lot of these are low on armor-piercing shots. Let's go high explosive for now. We'll save the armor piercing for when we get close. Where are you guys going? You're just going straight. You're going to turn. Okay, no problem. So we're going to go that way. And have you guys veer off like that. And both these guys are basically the same, I think. Alright, so... How fast are they going? They are going 15 knots. Why are we only going 16? No, we do not want this. Oh. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. You need to get the fuck out of there, don't you? Are any of these guys low on fuel? 64, 64, 63, 64, 64, 96, 97, low, low, and low. I see. Alright, well, that explains that problem. So, you guys are just going to follow. And now, we should be able to go quite a bit faster. Fuck me. I did not really intend for you guys to get so close. Alright. Yeah, that's not really... Yeah, I kind of screwed that up, didn't I? Holy shit. Yeah, I'm really in some trouble here. Yeah, because he got hit by something big. Holy fucking hell. You guys are just getting the shit knocked out of you, aren't you? Yeah, I think you guys are gonna start... You guys are just gonna get out of there. Because this is not really working out quite how I wanted it to. Alright, could we please only fire big guns at the big ship? You can fire little guns at little ship. What's the range on your torpedoes on this torpedo boat? How bad's that going to be? That's 3 kilometers. Not a big deal. Alright. And he's going to sink pretty soon anyway. Ouch, this is really unpleasant, actually. I'm not really sure how much the destroyers can contribute. I guess they're doing a little bit of damage. Not a lot. I think we're gonna get them. Well, a little messier than I wanted it to be, but I guess it worked. I didn't lose any ships, so... Hey, Luxury. No, I know Dreadnoughts isn't logical in firing. Oh my god, it's a torpedo boat! Fire the biggest guns we have at it! But that's alright. Let's see. Yeah, 8:40. We're doing alright on time. Let's see what other battles we can get into. Germany lost a lot of transports. I lost a few too. I need to be a little careful. Alright, so... Yeah, I get you. My brain's been really foggy lately. I've been working so much recently that I've just been tired. And... You know, if I can't think well, then there's no point in playing UAD, because this is a thinking game. So I play Mech Warrior when my brain is dead, but I can see well. And I play UAD when my brain is in good shape, but I can't see well. And if both my brain is dead and my eyes are burnt out, then well, then there's not much I can do.
And then you go to work.
And then I go to work, yeah. Oh, yeah, because all I have to do to... Yeah, because my job doesn't involve thinking at all. Actually, a lot of the stuff I do, I can just kind of do on autopilot at this point. That's going well. And I can't invade anything this turn. Ah, Japan likes the shit out of me. I guess I could piss off the Brits. Try and get more money out of them. Now, Western Germany, we're doing good on the invasionings. Serbia's not doing very well. All right, I think we're in good shape. Let's go do one more turn. Let's make sure these guys aren't going to actually try to leave the invasion zone. Oh, 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 invasion zone. Well, those guys are low on fuel, aren't they?
Highway to England.
All right, so wanted to ask you about a multi-purpose computer for gaming and general purpose for some around 600 to 700 just for the tower. You are going to have some trouble with that because RAM prices are super expensive and solid-state drive prices are expensive. So it depends on what game you're wanting to play. So you want to do like UAD and MechWarrior and the kind of stuff that I play, then that's not so bad. And so what I would do is I would go with like a DDR4 system because DDR5 is just too expensive right now. And if you get a good motherboard with 4 slots for RAM, you could always probably find some like cheap 4 or 8 gig sticks of DDR4 RAM. Get like a, like an older style Ryzen 7, and you could totally do it. Hit me up on Discord, and I can give you some details on how to put it together. The other option is one of the things that I've got going on. A bunch of my customers, when we build them new computers, they're selling off their older gaming systems for cheap just to go get a little bit of money out of it. So I've got a couple of used systems at the shop that are in your price range or even a little bit cheaper. We've got a couple of kids selling off their old gaming system for about $400 because we just built them a new $3,000 system. Should be just Bob the Orc. Yeah, just hit me up. Just message me at Bob the Orc. Send me a friend request, and I'll check it out. Oh, Solomon just messaged me. He's awake. Yeah, let me go see if. I'll just hit me up with a friend request, and I'll check it real quick. But yeah, a lot of times, if you hit me up, a lot of times my customers are selling off their old systems, and what we'll do is we'll help them. We'll sell, we'll sell their systems on consignment, and we'll take like 25% of whatever they sell it for in exchange for helping them sell it and fixing it up and verifying that everything's legit. So Yeah, let me know when you shoot the friend request on Discord, and I can get you in touch with some people looking to sell their used gaming systems. Because we actually make most of our at the shop, we make most of our money doing during service and support. Most of what I do is corporate consulting. And when we build a computer for somebody, we just charge whatever the parts are plus $350, whether they bring us the parts or we provide the parts. But on like the used stuff, we just try to help people out. And I think because like Nvidia's not going to be releasing new video cards. They're not going to release the 6000 series, I think, till 2028 because they're all focused on the AI stuff. Boop. Now let's run away from you. So I think that there's going to be a lot of... let me see. Yeah, I see it. Hold on. I just sent you a message. And... let me invite you to Discord. There you go. Welcome to the Shadows and Dust Discord. You're welcome to hop in with me and JP. And how do I add a note? There should be a way for me to add a note so I can... I'm so bad at this. You should have it. You should have an invite to the Discord, to the Shadows and Dust Discord. So hop on in, and but yeah, I can get you in touch with some people looking at selling their used gaming systems. Let's run away from this guy. Uh-oh, he wants to catch me. But I'm probably faster than you, or at least as fast. And we are going to run. Right on. So you should have some sort of a push to talk button or voice activation. If you look in the in your settings, and there you go. We can hear you. Welcome to the stream.
Cool.
Obviously, don't say anything that's going to get the FBI knocking on my door or get me banned from YouTube.
No, I'm asleep right now, so you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Basically, as long as you behave better than Maddie, you're probably fine. So don't go all Australian on us.
Maddie is the barometer.
Yeah. If you're being worse than Maddie, then.
Now, most of what I say is not dangerous, but it's just out there.
Yeah. Well, you've had a lot of profound statements in the past, so I've been wanting to get you on Discord for a while because you're always cool to hang out with. But let's see, what time is it? Almost 9 o'clock. Yeah, I got a little bit of time before the phone starts ringing. I gotta drive down to some of the southern towns today and help out a bunch of businesses. Got this one company, their new software vendor's been troublesome. And so I've either got to help them figure out if they want to, how we can resolve the problem, or worst case, I'll just have my guys make software for them. So that'll be interesting.
It's getting close to 9 o'clock in your area, so yeah, it'll probably start ringing soon.
And then there's this great restaurant in Purcell called Sonny's. They totally don't pay me, but they're awesome. They've got like the best chicken fried steak, and it's gigantic. Awesome. And I'm totally not scheduling all of my meetings so I could eat lunch at Sonny's today with the guys. That would never happen. No. never. We could sell.
Did you ever look at that Tartaria question I asked you?
You know what? I passed out and I totally forgot about it.
No problem. It's something there's a lot of information on YouTube coming out about it right now.
Right.
I mean, the interest in it has gone astronomical.
Shoot me the link on Discord, because that way I've got a record of it and I can remember.
Okay, so I figure out how to do that.
You just reply to the message I sent you, and it should. Let's get Helgoland. Hello, Helgoland. Okay. Everybody is still hanging out properly.
Talking about the mud flood and things about the War of 1812, the Napoleonic Wars.
Right.
About the Russian invasion, about the Napoleon's invasion of Russia. I mean, if you look at Napoleon's tactics and his skill at warfare, the Russian invasion makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, he went in with a 500,000 man army and came out with 500 men. If you look at the symptoms that his men reported.
Well, and the Russians had more soldiers than he did, I think, didn't they? Because I thought, if I remember
the Russian soldiers, they might have killed 50,000 officially, but go ahead.
Now, my understanding was during the Napoleonic War, the French had the best soldiers because of their training, and they were trained to march slightly faster than everybody else, so they were more maneuverable. But the Russians have such a defense in depth. There's just an awful lot of Russia that the Russians historically just fall back and absorb. You know, they trade territory for time while they build up
but
a huge army.
Napoleon's march.
Oh, we got them. But yeah, I don't know why Napoleon went into Russia, because that didn't make a lot of sense.
It didn't make any sense at all, and to lose 500,000 men, mostly to sickness, if you look at the symptoms, it looks like radiation sickness.
Really? Because I thought they just starved and froze.
That's what everybody thought. Why would a logistical genius like Napoleon attack Russia without supplies to survive a winter in the fall?
Because somebody laced his wine with crack. I have no idea. I've never understood why that happened.
As I've heard, Napoleon thought
was different when Napoleon attacked.
Say that again.
Napoleon thought if he took Moscow, the Russians would surrender and strike peace.
Because obviously Napoleon never met a Russian.
Even if he took Moscow, he'd still be facing a Russian winter, October, November of 1813?
Something like that.
He'd still need winter supplies, winter clothing.
And my understanding is you didn't have any of that.
Exactly. So, my theory, and the theory that I've been pursuing, and if you look at the Russian palaces, They're not built to withstand a Russian winter. Look at the windows in them. Look at the door.
Let me think, because I've only ever been in. What's the one in St. Petersburg? Peter the Great's palace.
Winter Palace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if those, because I don't know if
not,
those were the original windows or not. I saw. I'm trying to remember the. But I'm sure they've upgraded the Winter Palace since, because when I was there, I was there in the summertime, and they obviously had air conditioning at that point, so I'm sure they upgraded it.
Yeah, but think about it in the early 19th century with no central heat, no central air, nothing.
Yeah, they just had a bunch of fireplaces.
I mean, it's not feasible. But a fireplace, if you know the thermodynamics of a fireplace, it doesn't heat a room like that.
Now, what I will say, some of the rooms in the Winter Palace that I saw were very small, and so I just assumed that people would cluster around a fireplace in a small room.
And I'm sure that's what they did after 1815.
Next time I go, I'll ask the tour guide lady if I ever go again.
It's not they'll answer for you, but that's the question that's been asked. And if you do a overhead of Napoleon's march route from Poland towards Moscow, it looks like bomb craters. I mean, it's lakes now, but it looks like craters where they were bombed.
Get me some pictures, and we could have a great conversation about that. If you can get me some graphics and we can do a stream and talk about it, that'd be pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's quite a few videos on YouTube coming out. Just do a search on YouTube, Tartaria, 1815, 1813, 1815, and you'll probably find 100 videos about it or more.
Okay.
Talk to inconsistencies.
Because I really don't know a lot about the Napoleonic Wars. I'm just not that familiar with that time in history.
See, I thought I did until I started researching it a little deeper, and it doesn't make sense. Napoleon would not have thrown away that number of troops unless there was a purpose behind it. And I don't think the purpose is what we're being told.
So you don't think Napoleon was trying to take over Russia?
No, I don't. I think Napoleon was trying to attack something else. And I don't think he was fighting the army of the Russian Empire.
Really?
I think they were working together.
I mean, I'm sure that whatever happened, I'm sure that... I mean, if that was the case, I'm sure the Russians have records of it that they'll never share with anybody. Because the Russians have records on everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to this Russian guy once, and he was telling me that even during communism, the Russians still preserved a lot of the older records, even though they... I mean, I know the communists did a lot of bad stuff to the churches and whatnot, but they still preserved a lot of stuff just because the Russians are just obsessed with history.
Yes, they are. I remember Putin's interview with Tucker Carlson about that.
Yeah, Professor Putin.
Yep. I actually like Putin pretty well.
You know what that reminded me of? So when I was in college, Gorbachev spoke at the university. And you could see why he was... I mean, he was a great history professor. I could totally imagine Putin retiring and doing like a Gorbachev and just becoming a history professor somewhere. Except, he probably would have some security concerns being a history professor. But
He probably would, considering half the world loves him and half the world hates him.
yeah,
The
but
problem is, the world that hates him is influenced by the media, and they don't understand him.
yeah,
So simple.
I don't claim to know an awful lot about Putin. Just what I've read and whatnot, and I tend to be very skeptical of any official
Oh, I do too.
reports. Um, what some Russian guys told me once. I was talking with this Russian Orthodox guy. We're talking about Jesus and the difference between the Greek Orthodox and the Russian Orthodox and that kind of stuff. And the they're saying that Putin was back during the Soviet era, he would sneak off and go to underground Orthodox services. He'd disguise himself. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know that when he became president, the Russian Orthodox Church received an awful lot of funding, and the churches in Russia, even like the rundown rural churches, are not that rundown. They are gorgeous. I've got some pictures and video of a small church in Samara, Russia, that I took before the war. I was actually thinking of starting a YouTube channel, just dedicated to filming, Orthodox architecture. Hey, Turpitz.
It would be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if people would be interested in that or not. Uh, and
Well, if you just filmed the Orthodox architecture, I don't know. But if you filmed that along with the leftover Tartarian architecture, I think you'd get quite a wide base of people.
I just don't know enough about. I think what I'd like to do, if you don't mind doing some research, well, you've already done the research. If you could put together some material, let's do a live stream. We'll hang out and we'll just go over the stuff that you found and talk about it, because I'd like to learn about it.
Hmm
I just don't
I
know that
mean, it's
much.
something. Basically, any building in that part of Russia before the Napoleonic Wars is
Uh huh.
Tartarian.
Okay.
I mean, Tartaria, it was 1780 through 1815 that Tartaria was removed from the mix. There was a war that nobody talks about, aligned with the Napoleonic Wars, that removed Tartaria from everything.
Really?
By 1815, Tartaria appeared on no maps.
And you think that's really what the Napoleonic Wars were about?
I do.
Then why would the
They came,
Brits? Why would the Brits go after Napoleon? Were they?
Napoleon,
Yeah.
because the Brits are,
Are they just being opportunistic?
oh no, the Brits already were empire building before this. Look at the progression of empires after the fall of Rome. Britain was on the rise. Britain was competing with France. They competed with France in the 18th century into the early 19th century.
Right.
Then after they became competing with Germany and slightly Russia and a few others. And that's what led to the second 30 Years' War, aka World War One, World War Two.
Yeah. Yeah. So the what's interesting, if you listen to Victor Davis Hanson, and I've seen a lot of other professors talk about this too, where he describes the world wars as basically one big conflict, which I tend to agree with.
Yeah, second 30 Years' War.
Yeah.
The Napoleonic Wars were the first World War, really.
Yeah.
Except for, they reached every continent. And I think we had a lot of technology at that time that is not spoken of. I mean, if you look at the USS Monitor, and the technology that went into that in 1862, whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
and the CSS Hunley in 64, they didn't have the ability with the technology that they had to build something like that. To build a turret like they built on the USS Monitor, they didn't have the technology to make the technology to build that.
Well,
It just didn't. It didn't exist.
because that was just a simple ball-bearing turret, I thought.
It's a little more complicated than that. When you look at the details of the Monitor, of the original Monitor,
Uh-huh.
I think the Monitor and the Hunley were scrap from before the Napoleonic Wars.
Well,
They were
because
sitting.
I know that we weren't. America didn't have the first ironclads.
Mm-mm.
You know, Europe was ahead of us on
Yes.
that.
But if you look at the at CSS Virginia
Mm-hmm.
versus the Monitor, at the technology involved, basically the CSS Virginia was just iron sheets slapped onto a wooden hull
Right.
outside. The Monitor was something. It was something much more advanced. I looked at a video of it, and I'm like, where did this technology come from? This is beyond. And just like the Hunley, you know, they had everything that they needed except no propulsion. I mean, they got 8 or 10 guys sitting there turning a hand screw in this thing, but yet it could dive, it could do everything else.
Yeah.
No,
Well, the
it,
Monitor had steam propulsion.
Monitor did,
Yeah.
yes, but not the Hunley.
Now,
It's
what was the Hunley? Was that a submarine or?
that was a submarine in Charleston Harbor in '64.
Oh, okay.
And that Clive Cussler, the author, recovered, and it's in a
Now,
museum now.
I thought the Hunley was steam and just didn't go very deep and had a funnel. Am I mistaken on that?
No, they replaced it with, they tore the guts out of it or something,
Uh huh.
and hand crank, you know, human powered screw and move like 2 or 3 knots
Oh, that's crazy.
at maximum by doing, yeah. But yet it had all the dive planes, it had everything else. That's what makes me think it was a relic from another time they repurposed. And these aren't the only two. There are many examples. Look at the star forts across the southeastern United States. Do you know what I'm talking about there?
No, I know that Europe they had a lot of star forts.
They have more of them in the U.S. than they did in Europe.
Really?
And if you look at the forts, the colonial era forts, and if you look at the amount of manpower and infrastructure it would take to build that fort, and the time frame they're saying it was built, with a few pioneers with wagons and shovels and pickaxes, to build something that magnificent in that short a period of time, we're talking about thousands of tons or hundreds of thousands of tons of stone being quarried, moved, and placed.
I thought
Exactly.
the star forts were mostly just dirt with like a stone facing,
Oh no.
or a lot of times
Oh
just
no,
dirt.
no. No, that's what was left over after they repurposed them in the first half of the 1800s.
Right. Because they were
Or
doing
military
they were doing star forts, back in the 15th century. I thought, as soon as you
Yes.
had cannons, you start having star forts.
I disagree with you there, but okay.
But no, but I'm saying star forts came pretty quickly after they started using cannons in Europe. I thought.
Or did star forts come first and then cannons were added to them?
I mean, that could be because even in the medieval times, you start having, the different protruding towers and whatnot, so you could get flanking shots with your arrows. So maybe so. I don't know. I'd have to.
But If you look at the construction of the starports, there's something more there than just a military purpose. This is just like the cathedrals across the world. There's more there than just built for religious purposes. Just being honest.
Well, I mean, in
cathedral. Go ahead.
I always assumed that that the cathedrals, like the Catholic cathedrals, were meant to sort of show power and keep the peasants kind of contained and subservient.
That was what was after Roman Catholic Church changed.
Because
after 1500, 1600, something like that.
Because my understanding is that when the Roman Empire broke apart, the reason the reason the Eastern Empire maintained itself is they had education and literacy and whatnot, and more democratic institutions, and the Western Empire, because they didn't have very good education, and you had mass illiteracy. That's why you had a more top-down approach to the church. Let's go piss off the Brits some more. Alright, what time is it? 9:15. I can do one more turn, I think. I got one more turn in me. Then I'm going to have to probably start getting ready for work. That's all going well. Yeah, I'm being super paranoid with these ships and telling these guys to keep going back into the invasion zone just so they don't think they... Oh my god, these motherfuckers went all the way outside the invasion zone. What bastards. That's gonna screw things up probably. I guess they're right there at the edge, but that's annoying. Well, hopefully they can sail back around and do their thing. Super, super irritating. Really? Are you guys... You guys are just really... want to do that, huh? Alright. Next turn we'll invade some more stuff. I guess we're going pretty good here. I'll put you guys into Santa Cruz to go repair. That's a single cruiser. You know what I could do? I could take both of you guys. Where does this cruiser go? What do we... Torpedo boat. We have this battleship fleet. You guys could go...
Sorry about that.
That's no problem. Yeah, you guys could just go march on over and give that cruiser a nice hug. And that would be appropriate. Alright, we're going to do that. Yeah, I think this is going to be my last turn, then I got to go to work. But yeah, if you want to put together some material, take care, Turpits. Thanks for hanging
Definitely.
out. Yeah, let's sit down and let's go over it all. I think that'd be super cool. So I'd like to get into more history stuff, but I only know the stuff that I know. Let's go run you away.
Yeah, the official. Basically, if I could say what we're taught, it's the Roman timeline version of history.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true.
There's a lot more than that.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
There's a lot more.
so much information was lost during the fall of the Roman Empire, and just in that dark. I mean, the reason they call it the Dark Ages is because there was just a lot of information that was lost, and we just don't know a lot about it.
Or Rome is the Dark Age.
I don't know. I mean, the from what I understand of the ancient world, they had a lot of knowledge and technology that would surprise us.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all the way up into the 1600s, they had technology that would shock you.
Yeah.
You know, it's the late 1700s, 1800s, where basically it crashed into a horse and buggy. And nothing, not much more technology than that. And then it, you know, just like Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, in the late 1800s, we started climbing back out, climbing that technological tree. You know, but, I mean, if you look at the early history of automobiles, I mean, in the late 1800s, they had electric cars, they had steam-powered cars.
Yeah.
But somehow gasoline became the only method by about 1915, about World War One.
Well, there's a couple reasons for that, I think. First off, you had,
or at least there's a couple.
you had Standard Oil had a big monopoly, and I think they influenced a lot of stuff.
Absolutely, Henry Ford as well.
Yeah. Now the steam power, you don't get the on a small scale. You don't get as much. Oh, these are my salt ships.
Hey, Bob, I got to head off. I'll talk to you later.
All right, take care, JP. You know, I think you don't get quite the energy density on you know. Now, as far as the electric goes, a lot of that probably has to do with battery. Let's see here. So we are going to take you guys. Hold on just one moment. We're going to attach you. And
we're going to take her back to work. Yeah, it's just there is so much information in history that's coming to light that just it will blow your mind. I mean, it's more we can wrap our heads around.
Yeah, put together some material and let's do it one of these evenings. That would be really cool.
Absolutely.
Because what I kind of want to do with the channel is, you know, mostly I want this to be just kind of a hangout for me and my friends. And I want to talk about different topics that interest me. Let's have you guys go this way. And
you know, something like this, I don't really have people that I can talk to about it.
What would be great? I'd love to get you. I don't know if I can get Cawthon to, you know, because he's really busy right now. You and Cawthon would have a great conversation about that because he's into a lot of the alternate, you know, history, you know, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, definitely there's a. Yeah, there's definitely a tendency for history to be shaped by the people in power.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and that's been true basically always.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at Robert Edward Grant and his work in Egypt over the past couple of years.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff coming out over Egypt recently.
There's another one, if I can remember his name off the top of my head. having to do with the hieroglyphics and the way the energy works in the hieroglyphics. Why the hieroglyphics, so many of them were defaced to break that energy cycle.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, because
there's experiments that he's shown that proves what he's saying.
yeah, I'm just saying I don't know about. I don't know about that. I don't.
Get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, my big problem is I don't have a lot of time to look stuff. That's why I'd rather, if other people want to do the research, then we can have a cool conversation about it.
I'll get some stuff together. My wife just pulled up, so I can run.
Yeah, that's fine. This is probably going to be my last battle, and then I got to wrap up the stream because I got to start getting ready for. I got to shave and put on pants and look presentable so I can charge people lots of money. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Luxury. You take care, man. Are you not firing? Oh, you know what? You have to turn the other way because you have a weird thing with these gun turrets. They have to turn the other way to make it fire, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. I can only fire off the port side because this little empty circle gets in the way of the starboard arc. Alright, so let's keep circling around you. There we go. Now we got our big 10.7-inch guns firing, doing whatever. What do you have, Bismarck? You've got no torpedoes, so I don't have to worry about that. So we're just going to intercept you and get into the brawl. Because I can out-brawl you, that's for sure. Ooh, there's a nice hit. Have I hit with anything on this yet? Now we've got a bunch of hits with Saint 2.9, just no big gun hits yet. But now we're starting to get some. Now we're starting to get some hits with, yeah. All right, so these assault ships, I just have to remember they can only fire to the port. Oh, and there goes the phone. I'll be right back. Yep, phone starts ringing a little bit early. We don't, office doesn't open till 10, but people usually start calling around 9:30. So yeah, we're gonna have to wrap the stream up because I gotta get ready for work. Hey Shadow Wolf, how you doing? No, you're fine. I'm just playing for a little bit while I'm eating breakfast. We're just gonna auto-resolve this and wrap things up. I got Southern Greece, and I think I want to, while I'm here, let's get Hejaz. Alright. Alright, guys, I'm going to wrap up. I got to go to work. I will try to be on tonight. Work's been super busy lately, so a lot of times I've just been going to bed after work because I've been working a lot. So I'll catch you guys hopefully tonight, and we'll just go from there. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me while I ate breakfast, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Goodbye.